Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of November 11th. We're going to jump right in here. You have this Time to Go card and this All That Glitters card. These two cards together definitely give me the feelings of like sunk cost fallacy. You know, if we invest a lot of time, effort, energy, or even money into something, even if it's not working, sometimes we will continue to invest in whatever that thing is because we have invested so much into it. And so, the All That Glitters card says that all that glitters is not gold. And, you need to make sure that where you're putting your energy or your effort is actually worth it. And I kind of do feel that's what it's saying. This is probably something that you already have been investing in too long with the Hangman. So if you are, the Hangman would say that you already are thinking about walking away from something or not giving something your energy. And I kind of feel this is like confirmation that it is time to go. The Time to Go card is kind of like my purgatory card. It can represent, being stuck in limbo for a long time. But I feel like this Hangman is saying that it's time to move forward. The Hangman, he is hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and he has all the answers that he needs to move forward. That's the whole point of the card. So I feel like this is saying you're ready to move forward or you're ready to move on. It's going to be different for all of you. I think for most of you, it's saying you're ready to move on. But for some of you, it could just say, if you're thinking about committing to something new here with that Seven of Wands, then it might just be time to commit to something new. And you do have love here, but it doesn't have to be love. This could just be, something that you will love, or the Lovers can represent a choice as well. So, this could just be a new choice that you are making. You have another card of knowledge and wisdom, the King of Swords. King of Swords says you know everything that you need to know to make a decision. So it's definitely time for you to make a decision on something. And, I feel the King of Swords is just decisive. So I feel like you are just being decisive. And I also think the outcome is pretty simple. It is the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. And the Ace of Wands is also really about moving towards your passions. It's a very passionate card. It's a card that's all about your desires and what you really desire to do in your life as well. So I always say that with the Ace of Wands that we need to move towards our desires. We also need to move towards our inspirations, and definitely you have the Star here. Whenever I get the Ace of Wands with the Star, to me that says that you might be feeling inspired to do something new with your life. And the Ace of Wands would definitely encourage you to move towards your inspirations or towards the things that are exciting you or getting you fired up. And that's what I would do with this card. Now, of course, if you want love, there definitely could be new love coming in for you. It could be an air sign, and it also could be someone who's older than you or more matured than you with the King of Swords. And I definitely feel that there could be a new connection, obviously, and it would be very passionate as well. So let's see where this is going here, Aries. With the Hangman, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, overthinking something, and, I think whenever we have to make a decision to walk away from something that we do usually, as humans, overthink these things. The Knight of Pentacles is being too cautious. He's like playing it too safe. And so if you feel you're playing it too safe, or if you feel like you're being too cautious, then I think it would be a great time to take some sort of risk. And now with the Knight of Pentacles, this doesn't have to be an enormous risk. Actually, the only thing he needs to do is plant a seed in that field behind him, and it will grow. So he only has to do something very tiny to make something grow, right? And that's what I would pay attention to there. With the the King of Swords, you have the Tower. This could be a surprise. I actually don't feel too bad about this. This is kind of giving me vibes of you being interested in a person and they're like actually interested in you or something like that, Aries. And also we go from the Tower to the Star, and the Star comes up after the Tower, represents healing from a Tower moment. So I'm not really too worried about that Tower there. And, again, the other thing I get is that this just could be some sort of surprise with a person. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, probably a new person coming in for you. Again, if you don't want love, and even if you do want love, but, this could just be a new idea. Again, take it how it resonates. It doesn't all have to be about love, right? Most of the time, I don't even do love readings. But what I would say here is that, this could be just a new idea, a new direction that you want to move in. Two of Cups can be you and your higher self. And the Lovers can just be a choice that you're making in your life, or a new direction that you're moving in. And so, again, I would pay attention to anything new with the Page of Pentacles. Usually the Page of Pentacles is something new that we have to learn about. So if you are getting something new, I would learn about it. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this porcupine spirit. It says time for beginner mind. The Page of Pentacles is the card of the beginner mind. And you also have this ant spirit. Says time to collaborate. And yeah, with the lovers and the two of cups, this could just be you collaborating with other people. Again, it doesn't have to be love. It could, I think we all have soulmates, and even some of the people we work with, or that we team up with in life can be soulmates as well. So, this could just be you working together on an idea, a project, a business, whatever the case may be. But, I think with the Page of Pentacles in this porcupine spirit, it's definitely saying, be open to learning new things. You have the Seven of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Four of Wands. The Seven of Wands is about having healthy boundaries or establishing boundaries, and I think that drawing a line in the sand with anyone new, and love or otherwise, would be a good idea, because usually with the Seven of Wands, we have to kind of draw the line in the sand and make sure that the person doesn't cross it. So I think if you are getting into a new relationship, love or otherwise, I would make sure that you're putting up those boundaries up front. Just set the expectations up front, and if you do that, I think things will go much better. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can definitely be a soulmate. Two of Cups is usually a person who's different than your usual type. So, and again, this has been coming up for everyone since like 2020. There was a big change in 2020, or it might have been 2021. I can't remember which year it was, but there was a big change with love. And I think that a lot of people have realized that they can't keep picking the same type of person. And so a lot of us, I think, are just picking new people or new connections to belong to. And that's what the Two of Cups is really saying to me. The Two of Cups is also an amazing card for communication, and so is the Page of Pentacles as well. And so if you're trying, but like what I'm getting here is more like presentation. So if you're presenting something, then I think that things could go very well for you this week. This could literally be a presentation, but you could also be trying to convince your boss of something, or you could be trying to present your argument in some area of your life. And it is popping into my head that if you're doing something like that this week, that it's going to go very well for you. So love to see that. You have the Four of Wands. I mean, if you are attracting love, definitely could be like a person that you are going to marry. So the Four of Wands is definitely marriage. And the Four of Wands is also a card of freedom or being set free. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be kind of, setting yourselves free at this time. And this could be in any area of your life. Even going this way here up to the star, this could say that you're setting yourself free from a past tower moment. Usually if we have a tower moment, we can sometimes hold on to it. The tower collapses, it gets reduced down to its foundation, but it turns into a pile of rubble. So sometimes we are left standing there just staring at what was in our life. That's what the tower represents, reality, although it represents them ignoring reality. So we can stand there and we can just be staring at our old reality and instead of accepting a new one. And I kind of feel that is what this is saying, is like you're no longer just staring at destruction. I feel like you are kind of deciding to set yourself free from that. Of course, again, the Four of Wands could be marriage. So if you're meeting a person, this could be a person you will marry. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands really says, what are you waiting for? And especially next to the Knight of Pentacles, it can say that you are waiting to make a move or something like that. And I would just make a move, whatever this is. This could be literally anything that you're making a move on. But the Three of Wands, he's standing at the top of that hill, and he's looking at those boats. Those boats represent like a new adventure, and he could easily go on a new adventure, but he has to leave his position, and I kind of feel that for some of you. With the Two of Cups, you have the King of Cups. Yeah, I mean, definitely could be a very like emotionally secure, loving person. The King of Swords can come off as a little bit cold, but maybe this is how this person appears, but this is actually how they are. Some people, they just, I think they take a while to warm up, or they take a little bit of time to kind of open up, right? And I kind of feel that for you. The other thing I'm getting here is that you could be attracting a person where it's like no one ever really sees like the true person, I don't know if that makes sense. I also feel like this could be you. It's like, I think that, take it how it resonates, but someone here in this situation, it's like, I feel like it's like people make like realize they made a mistake too late, So, again, if you've had a bunch of exes saying they made a mistake, then, this is probably for you, but this could also be the other person. And it's like, I feel like people don't realize who this person is, whether it's you or them, it doesn't matter. With the Four of Wands, you have the Five of Pentacles. I think that it's also time for you to improve your finances. We go up to the Seven of Pentacles. We go over here to the Nine of Pentacles as well. The Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. The simple solution for the Five of Pentacles is to focus on your strengths, and that's definitely what I would do there. But this to me says that you are probably going to be making a change, and I would say over the next few months here, into the beginning of the year 2025, that you could be making a lot of changes that are going to improve your finances. You have this reframe card. This is coming up in the area of messages from your future self in this balance card. So I feel like you need to reframe how you look at things. I think everybody needs to do that right now. And, I think that if you're working on something and it isn't working, that just a different perspective could be the thing that really creates a turnaround or really improves, the situation that you're involved in. This balance card represents creating balance in your life or doing things to balance out your life. And that's exactly what I would do with the balance card, is like balance things out or try to like even things out in some way. I also feel, but again, if something isn't working, I think reframing it, and we'll talk more about that, because you have the Lovers, the Star, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Lovers definitely could be love, but the Lovers is two perspectives. There are two people on this card. And there's also this higher self angel here. And sometimes I feel the Lovers, traditionally was a card called the Choice, and, there's one person here, one person over here. But it's like maybe you're looking at something from this perspective, but you need to look at it from this perspective. Like if you have a business or a career, there might be some, what's popping into my head is there might be some changes that you can make where you're still doing the same thing, but just from a different perspective. And I would think about that. I always say this to you in your readings. I don't know, like obviously it's a time for you to do that. Like I said, the Lovers can also be like a choice. And, the whole entire reading is definitely saying pick the new path going this way. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, would be the new path. Tower would say the past is destroyed and now it's time to move on to something new. You have the Star. And the Star comes up after the Tower, which is great in a reading with the Tower. The Star would represent healing a Tower moment and moving past a Tower moment. The Star could also be you like attracting a star into your life. The Star is it's kind of not really your purpose, but it's your ultimate vision for your life. It's like having a North Star, having that guiding light, that one thing that you work towards. And so a lot of you are like becoming more clear. Now we're entering into a time, very heavy time of retrogrades between now and the end of the year. And like pretty much everything is going retrograde almost. And what I would say is that retrogrades can bring a lot of clarity, especially if we are, revisiting old ideas. And if we're then reframing those old ideas, like now is an excellent time to do those types of activities. Anything with RE in front of it is a great thing to do during retrograde. So, again, if you are like revisiting, reworking, redoing, improving, anything like that, I think would be very successful for you and could even be very profitable for you with the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is like heaven on earth. She's trying to create heaven on earth in her life. And she is focusing on gratitude and luxuries. She's focusing on being grateful. And she's also focusing on, creating the best environment for herself that she possibly can. So this is not about materialism. This is about doing the best you can with what you got and, improving things as much as you can at this point, and then continuing to create those improvements in any area of your life. And I think doing that will be very helpful for you. You and Libra always get this card with me for whatever reason. So, Libra is your opposite sign. I always tell people that I think that it is important to pay attention to your opposite sign. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Usually, with our opposite sign, we might be working with that energy, or we might need to, if we're like an Aries, we need to like work on balance or balancing things out with the Libra energy. And so I always tell people to pay attention to that. And again, when I notice it in the cards, I say it because, it's probably something you're working with, but I would definitely work on your environment, meaning everything around you, the people, the places, the things, and try to improve your environment. Let's see. With the Lovers, you have the Fool. Yes, I think you're taking a risk on love for a lot of you. Like some of you could be shooting your shot with a person, or you could be taking a leap of faith towards a person You could see this person as a star. I'm not saying this person is famous or anything like that, but you definitely could see this as a person that you can kind of look up to or whatever you want to call it. And this person could definitely be an air sign. It could be an Aquarius. You have Gemini here. You have the King of Swords, which could be any air sign. Could be a Libra for some of you. With the star, you have the Three of Pentacles. You have Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Again, all air signs have had challenges with people over the past several years. So if you have tried to work with people in the recent past, it probably hasn't worked out too well for you. But what I would say is now the universe is saying now it's time to learn what you learned and to put the lessons into practice and get people to help you in the right way. You even have this ant spirit, which says time to collaborate. So I literally feel it is time to collaborate. With the star, this would say that what's important is that you're working together with people who lift you up, right? And so as long as you're doing that, I think you'll be very successful. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Emperor here, which is you, which is great. Nine of Pentacles is a very independent energy. And the Emperor is Aries, so you're just showing up in a strong position. Whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength. Next, you have this Let Go of the Past card. It says, it is time to envision a new story. You also have this card. It says, it is time to celebrate, cultivate an air of celebration today. So I think that, again, telling every single person this week has had some card. Like all these decks have a card that basically says, tell a new story. And I think every single sign has had one of those cards. So again, retrogrades, right? We can revisit our story, which is the story that we tell ourselves about our lives, about who we are. And now is clearly a great time to change that story and to change the things that we say about ourselves or the things that we how we talk over our lives. And that's really, what I would work on at this time. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles also Libra gets all the time. And the Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to keep working on what you've been working on? Or could there be something new or different or better that, change-wise that you could make to your life to get, to improve your abundance or to make more money or to just feel more abundant in general? And that's what I would work on with the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Three of Swords. I definitely feel like you could be healing a past heartbreak, mostly because we have the King of Swords and the Tower. If we could argue that this is one person and that this is another person. So it's like you had a Tower moment with a person who was probably too cold and closed off, and the King of Cups is a much more open-hearted individual. King of Cups also is very emotionally connected, and a healthy King of Cups person will be able to express their emotions in a healthy way. Now, I always say that a King of Cups isn't necessarily the type of person that's going to be crying on your shoulder every single night. That is also not healthy emotional expression. This person might never cry. But again, the King of Cups is emotionally evolved. So I always say, sometimes King of Cups can come off as lacking emotions, but that is actually not true. Usually, a healthy King of Cups has explored their emotions to such a deep level that they don't have emotional outbursts and they're not crying all the time because they have explored their emotions. And so, this person might actually remind you of the past person. It's popping into my head, but I think there will be differences that you notice. And, again, the past person, maybe they were, emotionally closed off, but they didn't communicate. This person might seem emotionally closed off, but maybe they're able to express their emotions through their words. And again, that's the difference that I would pay attention to, especially Two of Cups, different than your usual type. There is some sort of difference between a new person and a past person. You have the Nine of Wands, a lot of boundaries coming up here. Seven of Wands, Nine of Wands. So having healthy boundaries is going to be important. Seven of Wands and Nine of Wands are both cards of persistence. The Seven of Wands is a card of perseverance, and the Nine of Wands is a card of other way around. The Seven of Wands is a card of persistence. The Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance. But you have to be persistent to be perseverant. So, I think that persistent energy is going to be very good for you. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Again, you start and end with the Ace of Wands. So I think a lot of you are being inspired to start something new or to work on new projects. With the Three of Swords, yes, you have the Two of Cups. Again, I always say, people always say, like, you don't do love readings, and then a reading like this happens, and it is a love reading. I just don't make readings fit, is what it boils down to. If it's not a love reading, I'm not going to do it as a love reading. But this, clearly, there's a lot of love here. And again, if you don't want love, this could be something that you do love or that you will love. And it could also just be you healing, just in general. So the Two of Cups can be you and your higher self, and a lot of you could just be healing. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yes, much better money. Like, I'm not saying that your money is perfect, but Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, what this basically would represent is getting a better bang for your buck, meaning that you could be getting a better result for the same amount of work that you're doing, and that's kind of the feeling I get here. So again, I still don't think things are like perfect for you, funny wise, money wise, but I do think things are getting better. You have this Carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, I think everybody needs a vacation right now, so there you go. You have this Teapot. It says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Yes, I think there could be a lot of supportive connections coming in for you, so I would pay attention to that. You have this Torch. It says spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I think you have learned a lot. I mean, again, you have Page of Pentacles, which is learning, Hangman. You've learned a lot. Even the King of Swords, knowledge and wisdom. So I would use what you have learned. You have this Dog. It says protection from a powerful friend. Yes, a lot of you are being protected. And you have this Desk. It says pay attention to your work. Yes, there could be a really good love connection coming in for some of you, so make sure to balance, right? We talked about this, about the Libra energy that I was getting here, and you have this balance card over here, so make sure to balance the two things out. But this is a positive change for you here, Aries, so love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.